Hello and welcome to the workshop. I'm joined by Nick Garner from Bachmann Branchline, Project Researcher with Bachmann. You've brought in this lovely collection of coaches. Tell us about these new 00 gauge vehicles.
Yes, so we've got a brand new tooling for the Bachmann Branchline range today. These are the LNWR 50-foot arc roof coaches.
So when and where did they operate?
So these coaches are from the start of the 20th century, with one of the diagrams being built as early as 1899, and they were primarily used, obviously, by the LNWR for their premier services out of London, up to the northwest, to Liverpool and Manchester. They were one of the first coaches that the LNWR built to use a corridor, as opposed to the compartment that you see on earlier coaches with no corridor at the end.
So why, as a company, have you selected these coaches in particular?
They are part of an era which we haven't really covered before in coaching stock. They are perfect for a range of locomotives that we have done over the years: LNWR Precedent, LMS Patriot and Compound, also the 1P as a tank engine, and also during the MGN, Midland and Great Northern, the later operator. You've got a lot of LNWR locos that were sent off on secondary use.
Well, they're looking beautifully ornate. Talk us through the specification.
Of course. So yes, these are very, very detailed coaches. They've got these very intricate hand-fitted handrails on the outside, brass fittings on the roof, separate buffers, a separate handrail fitted along the corridor in the inside, which is quite exquisite. And then you've got gas pipes on the roof. That's part of the actual body tooling, and that's different to the electric fitted ones, which don't have that. In terms of differences, you've got different underframes, different brake rigging between some of the earlier diagrams and later. The earlier ones using Westinghouse and the later using vacuum cylinder. Some of the toilet windows is different. So in the earlier style, you're using drop lights, and then those were replaced with just panel windows. And depending on whether it's gas lit or electric lit, it's got gas tanks on the underside or battery boxes.
Which vehicle types are you doing in the initial batches?
So you've got this run covers 4 diagrams: a composite corridor, a third corridor, a brake corridor, and a full brake parcels and luggage vehicle.
You've been working quite closely on this project. What stands out? What's your favourite part of the project?
I would have to say it's the panelling. I think it's come out really, really nice. And when the LNWR line livery is applied, it just looks fantastic.
Now, talking of liveries, we're going to pause for a second and talk more on those in just a few moments. So Nick, you've brought in a wonderful selection of fully decorated samples. Talk us through what we've got here. So let's start with the coaches at the front.
Yeah, so the first row there depict LNWR lined claret and white, which is as-built condition from 1899 through to the very early 1900s. They've got correct running numbers for the period. They've got these beautiful insignias and coats of arms, class descriptions as well. It's all finely picked out and it's absolutely wonderful. Tooling specific to the LNWR, they had wooden centre wheels. So if you take a good close look, you'll see that they've got wooden centre wheels, painted brown, and then the later designs moved on to a steel wheel. These coaches would be, like I said, perfect for the LNWR Precedent that the Bachmann do, but these would certainly perhaps be seen behind a Webb coal tank or a G2, perhaps a summer special. Speaking of summer specials, the LNWR ran a few specials during their operation. One such was called the Sunny South Express, which ran from the northwest, Liverpool and Manchester, down to the south coast, Brighton, Eastbourne, Dover and Deal. So these coaches would not look out of place on the southern region layout from that period, even behind locos from that region, LBSC, like H1 Atlantic or an E4. those would be seen pulling these coaches. It's quite something.
Fantastic. So you've got a set of 5 coaches here. Which vehicle types is it you're doing for that run?
So yeah, these cover the 4 diagrams that we've tooled up. At the front of the train, you've got the third corridor. You've got 2 running numbers there. In the centre, we've got the tri-composite. So the LNWR for the first part of the 1900s had tri-composite. They had first, second and third. The second was declassified later on. So that has 3 different colour interiors depending on the class. A brake corridor with its guard compartment in the centre, and then a full brake at the end, which is used for luggage and parcels.
The white painted roof really brings out the detail as well, doesn't it, of all those separately fitted parts?
Yes, it has. The kind of slightly cream white on the roofs, and then on the sides, it's quite a difficult colour to get right. It's not quite white. It's kind of a very slight blue tinge to it, which we've really worked quite hard to replicate correctly, because colours are always very difficult to scale down. And then the lining is it's just incredible. With our artwork team has done a fantastic job of getting the lining onto all the panelling along the bottom, along the vent tops there. They really are something of a work of art.
How long does it take you, for example, to work on that livery sort of side of things for coaches like this?
So the research side, which is what I picked up, is where I picked up the project. A few months' working on the initial research of gathering historical information, historical photographs. All of the insignias that you see on the sides have come out of books that we've picked up. And then once that's finished and gets sent off to the artwork team, they spent a good few weeks nailing it down, and they've done a wonderful job. I mean, even on the toilet windows you see on the panel versions, you've got a motif there, which is just another fantastic little detail.
I just love all this detail. I think it's the little lamps and the guards fans as well.
Yes.
Sticking out there, just looks the part. Okay, so let's move on to the next rake of coaches.
Yeah, so in the middle here we've got the Midland and Great Northern Brown, which is these coaches depicted in their later lives, moving from the kind of late 30s into the 40s, pre and post-war. The Midland and Great Northern was a joint railway between the LMS and LNER, and the LMS provided the coaching stock and the LNER provided the motive power. So these were ex-LMS coaches and were put onto that route and given kind of a final coat of LNER paint before they were withdrew. So all the kind of livery details are things you would see on an LNER coach. So the first class signage and no smoking symbols are all things you'd see on an LNER coach, and then the font with the drop shadow is a style you would see on the LNER.
What sort of time period were these operating?
So yeah, these coaches would have been the late 1930s into the 1940s. These ones actually retain their gas lighting. Some of the coaches received electric lighting, but not all of them. And these ones depict gas lighting, and they've also got the steel wheels and also have had the footboards removed from the bogies and the underside, which is prototypical.
And what sort of motive power would have been suitable for those?
So it really was kind of a random selection of ex-LNER locomotives. You've got things like J39, D11 perhaps would be useful, and a lot of LNER tank locomotives, a V1, a V3. It really was kind of a ramshackle operation almost of X things from different companies.
And what vehicle types are you doing for this set? Will you need extra vehicles to add in?
No, so for the MNGN set, you've only got 3 of the 4 diagrams. They did not use the full brake design during the MNGN period. So it's just the composite corridor at the front there, at the back there. 2 running numbers of third corridor and a brake corridor. By themselves, that would make up a prototypical rake of coaches. You would see them mixed with other ex-LMS stock, steel-bodied, etc. But on their own, that makes up quite the prototypical rake.
Okay, fantastic. And leading us on to the LMS, the final set of coaches that you're doing in this first run of the new vehicles. Talk us through these.
Yes, absolutely. So the LMS coaches cover the periods between the MNGN1 and the LNWR. These are the later LMS periods, so the 1930s, when they were just plain. They don't have the lining, as you can see. The LMS did use lining, but for this run we've gone with the LMS plain. So the font and details are all correct for the period. The font is slightly different during the later period of the LMS compared to the early. So the smoking signs are different, the font type is different. And onto tooling, this set actually has electric lighting. So you can see on the roof that the gas pipes have been removed, and on the underside the electric battery boxes have been fitted. These have got steel wheels, and the underside boards have also been removed, which is pretty typical of the rake.
Now, looking at these, once again, you've got 5 vehicles, so I'm assuming you've got the full run of the cooling suite.
Yeah, the full suite has been used on the LMS set. You've got composite, a third corridor, 2 running numbers, a brake corridor and a full brake, so exactly the same as the LNWR set.
What type of locomotives would have operated with these ones?
So during the LMS period, it would have been the majority of the express locomotives that the LMS operated: Patriot, Compound, Royal Scot. The Turbomotive, I believe, was used as well. During the later period of their lives in the LMS, they would have been transferred onto secondary routes, and tank engines such as the 1P, 3F would have taken over.
Now, these are very distinctive carriages. Would you have, say, for example, you just wanted to get 1 or 2 of them, could you realistically operate 1 or 2 of them with other coaches within the range?
Of course, even going back to the LNWR, those would have been mixed in with other corridor stock. There's nothing stopping a person running these with cove roof stock, for example, if you have a kit or something like that. Because of the corridor connection, these were able to be run with anything else that had a corridor. It was kind of the revolutionary design that meant it could run with other coaching stock. So even in the LNWR, something like a brake corridor, the arc roof vehicle you see there, that would be tagged on the back of an existing rake of other LNWR coaches. Moving through to the LMS, these would have been seen use with steel-bodied coaches of the period. So they did see working, but amongst them their own design, but with other coaches as well. And the MNGN, because that was such a mix, a variety of stock, they would have seen use of quite a lot of different things.
So you've got an exquisite collection of all new coaches here. When can we expect to find out more about them?
So full details for these coaches will be in the winter British Railway announcements, which we are releasing on the 6th of November.
Fantastic. Well, look, make a date in your diary, November the 6th, to find out more, and keep a watchful eye out on keymodelworld.com for more details too. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and bye for now.